They'll lose it out of play, last touched by Turner, so a Flyer throw-in. Taken out of the air by Hickman. Now the Riverhawks with an opportunity here, but a nice cutaway there as they intercept the pass, and it's cleared way down into Riverhawk territory. Actually go out for a goal kick. Maybe trying to play a through ball up to Quintero, but he wasn't anywhere near that ball. It's another goal kick for Riley Garvert. He boots this one just short of midfield. Won by Salome. And the Flyers once again shutting down the passing lane there, and they have a counterattack now with numbers on the wing. They play it out to Levitt. And a nice shield there by Finley will allow Garvert to scoop it up with no shot. He'll punt it deep downfield. The wind carrying it. It drops down at the 20 of the other side. Of course, playing on a turf football field here in Draper. The attack goes nowhere as it's taken away by Dixie. They'll drop it back to Diaz, who clears it. Dixie at midfield. And a nice tackle by Finley there. Take away the ball, but he didn't have control. Dixie building again. But there's Finley once more clearing. Some strong defense from the center back early here. That boot actually went far enough back that Diaz had to clear it out of bounds as there was some pressure on from Grady Workman, one of the top scorers on this Riverhawk squad. So Ridgeline throw-in their attacking third. It's cleared by Dixie. Fighting for possession now, and the Riverhawks have come away with it. Salome hits the ground, no call. Dixie on a counter. They have numbers. It's 3-on-3. But they lose it out of bounds. It'll be a Riverhawk throw-in. Trying to attack on the far left side and just couldn't quite get there. The ball rolling a little fast on turf. These teams both warmed up on grass, so I'm wondering if part of that will play in as these teams get used to the turf field. They didn't have much time to warm up as the last semifinal went to penalty kicks. And there's the first foul of the game. Daxton Flygare gets called for a push there, and it will give a free kick to Dixie. Meza setting it up. It's about the 30-yard line, about 40 yards out from goal. Two Flyers standing over the ball now. That one blocked by Salome, but finds the feet of a Flyer. They're up, setting it up to the middle. Can't get the shot off as it rolls out from underneath him. And now the Riverhawks have a counter opportunity here, 2-on-2. It's sent up for Workman, but a whistle there. We'll see what the call is. Referee pointing towards midfield. Now talking with a couple Riverhawk defenders. But it looks like it is for Ridgeline. So they'll have a free kick on about their own 40, so about 60 yards out from goal. But with the wind blowing like it is, this one might be able to get into the box. Played up on the left side. Diaz coming up in the box to grab it. Vasquez was in the area for the Riverhawks. He throws it out of his box. Salome takes it away. Back to Flygare. Played up, taken away by Dixie, but right back as Olsen steals it and sends a through ball to the right side towards Workman, but rolling a little too fast. It's going to go out for a goal kick. I'd like to thank Great Basin Graphics. Come and see Great Basin Graphics at 966 West, 400 North, number 15 in Logan. With quality screen printing and detailed embroidery, Great Basin Graphics is sure to make you look. Dixie plays the goal kick short. About 8 minutes into this one, still scoreless here in Draper. That one booted up towards the center forward and headed over to the side. Dixie trying to build an attack here. One out of the air by Flyger. And a couple Flyers hit the ground. No call. As a nice physical play from Ridgeline midfielders there. But Dixie sending it deep as they won the ball back. It's on the right wing. Gets past one defender. Trying for the shot. It's cleared out of bounds. Cameron Everton able to recover and send that one out for a corner. It was almost a one-on-one shot, but the touch was a little too far for the attacker. So a corner coming for Dixie here in the 10th minute of play. It's their first corner of the game. Sent toward the near post and blocked out of bounds by Finley. So they'll retake it once more, another corner. Dixie looking to sub now, an early sub. They're going to bring in Tristan Yappy. He'll replace Talon Levitt. The corner now to the far post. Still bouncing around off some heads, and it last touched by a Flyer, but able to save it. Trying to cross it in. It's on the far right side. Finley staying in front of him. Nice pressure. Finley taking it away. Now trying to shield the ball and clear. And he kicks it out of bounds off of a Flyer. A nice play by Finley to get the goal kick. Booted downfield up to Salome. Blocked by Yappy. And now the Dixie trying to get a shot off. Blocked by Finley. They got the ball right back to their feet, though, but it's cleared by Flyger. Here's a chance for Ridgeline, rather, but goes a little too far, and Diaz able to scoop it up without too much worry. Now Dixie building out of their end again. Flyers really controlling possession early in Draper. He'll lose the ball there, tripping over his own feet. Ridgeline with the ball. And a foul called against Dixie. Their second foul now. Going to be a free kick for the Riverhawks. Looked like Lago Marcino came in a little too hot. Maybe a charge called with the shoulders. Daxton Flyger coming up to play the ball as Ridgeline sets up for a free kick. A nice ball, but cleared out by Dixie. Still in the attacking third, though. Here's Olsen fighting for it, but he loses it. Taken away by Dixie. They're trying to set up the counter now as they have speed on the wings. But one back by Salome as he trailed behind and stole it away. Now they're fighting for possession in midfield. And a deep through ball sent by Dixie. It's cleared. Ball bouncing around. No one's really had possession here for a hot second. Now Ridgeline building. Here's a great ball sent out. Rolling a little too fast, and Diaz able to pick it up. He's been playing aggressive high up in his box, and he's able to scoop it up again. 12 minutes into this one, still scoreless in Draper. Dixie with the ball now at midfield on the far side. Send a through ball, but Finley will let it go back, and Garvert able to just scoop it up. He'll punt. Once again, that wind pushing it deep as he's able to get this one to the 20 again, bouncing over the defender right into Diaz's arms. He'll roll it short. Dixie trying to build out of their own end. That's been the theme early. Played over to Bautista, up to Yappy. But a miscue there from Yappy. Here's Ridgeline on the attack, crossing just wide. No one there in time. It was kind of a cross between a shot, maybe going for that rear post, but ended up to be more of a cross, but Workman unable to get there as the pass from Jenkins just a little too wide. It did, however, stay straight, so it's going to be a throw-in for Dixie near the corner flag on the far side of the field. Riverhawks coming up to pressure. Ball sent into the box, and Diaz able to just grab it as it bounces softly over to him. Diaz punts, and it's won by the Riverhawks at midfield. They're fighting for it now at midfield. A couple Riverhawks and a couple Flyers. It's played off of a Flyer for a throw-in. It's a nice long throw-in, but headed out of there by the back line of Dixie. Salome playing it over to the left side, taken away by Yappy. But here's a counter. Vasquez on the left side, trying to shoot just a little wide again. That one goes out for a goal kick. And another sub for Dixie. They'll bring Levitt back in. No subs yet from the Riverhawks. And a goal kick coming. Visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-thru. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus other perks apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. We appreciate their support of this broadcast. The 15th minute of play here. And the referee having a talk with a Dixie player now. He's holding his head. I wonder if he collided with someone or something. Looks like they'll sub him out and have a trainer look at him. It's going to bring in Tucker McNary for the Flyers. Still no Riverhawk subs just yet. Now the goal kick taken. Straight to Yappy. He'll play it back to the right back. Vasquez pressuring him. Dropping it back. Vasquez almost blocked it, but it's cleared out. Olsen wins it at midfield, sending it out towards Workman. Workman trying to save it from going out, and he can't get there in time. It'll be a throw-in for Dixie. Couple early chances for both teams, but nothing on goal just yet. No saves for either keeper. That throw-in goes far on the far sideline, but won by Ridgeline now. Olsen sending it out, intercepted by Yappy, and played out to the near sideline, but Olsen wins it. Olsen looking for a pass. He's pressured by Yappy. Finds Salome. Sends up to Vasquez, but the offside flag goes up. Vasquez just a little in front, maybe a step or two. Dixie playing an aggressive offsides trap. They haven't given much time at all to just send up the field, and it's kind of worked with Diaz's aggressive approach in the box. That's the first offside for either team. The Riverhawks win it off of the indirect free kick. Workman loses the ball near midfield. And now the Flyers pressured by the Riverhawks. They'll have to drop it back to their back line. Looking for an alley to pass. They'll find it on the far sideline. Trying to work it up past midfield as it's sent out of play. Now a Riverhawk throw-in. And here's the first Riverhawk substitution. Ryan Johnson checking into the match. He'll replace Diego Vasquez. Vasquez, the Riverhawk that was caught off sides just barely. Still scoreless here in Draper. That throw-in headed out by the Flyers for another Riverhawk throw-in. Old Grist Mill, have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations? You're going to love it. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls, baked fresh daily. Riverhawks with possession near midfield after the throw-in. Here's Salome taking it to the far side, playing a through ball up to Johnson and Workman. Johnson takes it. He'll cross it over, And it will go out of play for a goal kick. Flygare was in the area, but just a step behind. And a goal kick coming. A sub for the Flyers. Melvin Contreras checks in for Tristan Yappy. This Flyer team subs frequently. The 19th minute of play now, still scoreless. Dixie again with a short goal kick. Center back boots it deep downfield. One out of the air by Olsen. A nice header there up to Salome. Salome playing it through and out of bounds. Now a Riverhawk throw-in. Jenkins will leave it and allow Turner to come up for the throw-in. It's a deep throw-in, gets into the box, headed out. But here's Flygare. Trying to dribble through a couple Flyers, but it's taken away. He blocks one clear. Flyers trying for another clear now, and they'll get it on the far sideline. That one headed out of play by Everton for a Flyer throw-in. On the line here, a berth to the championship game in 4A and a date with the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. That's stolen. A counterattack building for Ridgeline. A real opportunity, but the defense tracks back and clears it out of bounds. Hickman had a pretty good chance there, but just couldn't quite get there in time as the recovery from Knox sends the ball out of play. Going to be a Riverhawk throw-in. It's on the near sideline, deep into Flyer territory. And the Flyers will play it out again after some pressure, but a bit of a push called, and a foul goes against Gabriel Watson. And it's going to be a free kick for Dixie. 21st minute of play now, still 0-0. Salome pressuring, but some nice footwork from Meza. Taken away by Olsen. Here's Salome building on the counterattack. Gets past one Flyer, sends the through ball, and played back towards Diaz by the back line of Dixie. Cleared by Diaz. Salome's in the area, though. He sends another through ball, this time to the far side. Jenkins dribbling in. Deflected out by Dixie. There's a bicycle kick, but saved by Diaz. Shot coming from Ryan Johnson, the recent sub. Salome takes it away from the Flyers, but they're able to clear. Now the ball at midfield with Salome again. Won by Dixie, sent into their attacking third. Pressure from Olsen. Olsen will have to drop back. Salome takes on the pursuit. Through ball sent up, but Finley clears. The attack still going for Dixie, though. Now on the near sideline. Sent up, high. Now a through ball to the near sideline. And Flygare is the last one to touch it. Now a throw in for Dixie. The attacker played it off Flygare. Throw in right near the corner flag in the attacking third for Dixie. Thrown into Meza. He still controls it. Has some nice footwork trying to spin, but the Riverhawks take it away and clear. On the pursuit is Johnson. Fighting for it with Carter. Carter with some physical play is able to clear it. Maybe a little too physical, but no call. Another sub for Dixie as it went out of bounds for a Flyer throw-in. Both teams will take the opportunity to sub, as the Riverhawks will bring in Bowen Hodder. Tristan Yappy back in for the Flyers. Deep throw in into the attacking third, but Finley has time. Tries to calculate a through ball up towards Jenkins, but the Flyers will play it back towards Diaz. The 23rd minute, still scoreless in Draper. Riverhawks got one shot on frame. That's the first one from the game. They got it in an attack a couple minutes ago on a bicycle kick. But that's most of the action we've seen so far, as these teams still trying to feel each other out. And a foul called against Dixie as Salome was getting pressured tightly. Riverhawks will take it quickly, but the referee will not let them. I wonder why. There's the whistle there. I thought there was plenty of time for a quick take, but referee's going to bring it back and make them set up with a wall for a traditional ceremonial kick. Jenkins and Flygare standing over the ball. It's about the 22-yard line, or 32 yards out from the goal. There's the whistle. Free kick taken by Jenkins as Flygare steps over it just wide on the near post side. Didn't challenge Diaz too much, though, as he didn't even dive for it. A sub now for the Riverhawks. It's going to bring in Darian Ogilvie. Excuse me. From the goal kick, the Flyers play quick again, but it's taken away by the Riverhawks. Here's an opportunity. Trying to send it in just wide on the near side. The shot from Ryan Johnson, unable to find the frame. It's out for another goal kick. Riverhawk attack really starting to step up in the last 10 minutes or so. Had about 4 shots in total, 1 on frame. And about 15 minutes left in this first half, scoreless in Draper between Dixie and Ridgeline. One out of the air by the Riverhawks. Playing on the near sideline, it's Watson. Watson gets past one defender, and now another. Gets the shot off, and Diaz will save it. It's a kick save, so unable to get possession, goes out. And it looks like it'll be a corner on the near sideline for Ridgeline, their second corner of the game. Kareem Salome going out to take it, as most of the Riverhawks setting up near the far post. Salome sends it in towards the far post, just over the head of Turner, and it goes out for a throw-in for Dixie. Throw in on the far sideline near the corner flag for the Flyers. Up to Meza. He loses it out of bounds. A Riverhawk throw-in taken quickly up to Johnson. And no one touches it. Goes out for a goal kick. Diaz once again to take the goal kick. Has several options close. Try and boots it instead. It's one out of the air by Jenkins. Or rather, Watson. Back to Salome. Salome with 2 defenders on him. Gets past one. Sends a through ball, but no one in the area, and Diaz will let it go out for a goal kick. Flyers struggling to get out of their own end. The Riverhawks have been playing some high pressure, and they have a lot of height on this Flyer team, so they've been able to win a lot of the balls out of the air. This one booted by Diaz. Gets over the head of Turner and up to Yappy for the Flyers, who finally get it past midfield. A deep ball sent. Finley wins it first. Not a solid clear, though, and Dixie still has the ball on the attacking third. A shot over the crossbar. A goal kick coming for Ridgeline. I neglected to do the logo shop uniform check at the start of this game. Riverhawks in their away whites, all white with black numbers. Dixie in their home blues, more of a royal blue. When it's time to make your team look good, call the logo shop on the field or in the workplace. Dixie with an attack on the far sideline. Turner's trying to shepherd the ball out of bounds, but he'll be the one to last touch it. He got a bit of a push from behind. No call and a Dixie throw-in. Throw-in gets past one defender into the box, and Finley clears it out of bounds for another throw-in. That one actually cleared the bleachers on the far sideline. Throw-in is taken away by the Riverhawks, but the clear doesn't get too far out of the attacking third as Dixie's trying to build again. They'll switch the field to the near sideline. Now playing it back. No one really has possession. Ryan Johnson is fouled by the Flyers. Set up a free kick for the Riverhawks. Flygare will take it. Just behind midfield. They'll send it to the far right side. And unable to keep it in bounds. It was Ogilvy on the attack. Back for another goal kick. In the 30th minute now, still scoreless between Dixie and Ridgeline. Diaz boosts the goal kick. It caught some air and dies short of midfield. Salome comes up with it, sending a ball. Johnson was onside, chips it over Diaz, and the Riverhawks are on top, 1-0. Ryan Johnson. And what a high IQ play there from the Riverhawks. There was two other attackers offside, one on each side of Johnson, but Johnson still onside, able to make that run, confused the Dixie defense a little bit, and just able to chip it over Diaz. Center referee getting plenty of appeals from the Dixie sideline and bench. He'll go over and talk with the assistant referee that was responsible for that call. But he waved it down. Seemed to me to indicate that, yeah, those other two guys were offsides, but they didn't play a factor. Dixie's captain still talking to the center referee. Center giving him a bit of a long leash is can definitely be a frustrating call if you're on the Dixie coaches entered the field to argue their call. See what the center will do. Dixie does need a sub, so the referee will wave in a flyer. It is a controversial call, but I think they got it right. I think Johnson was still onside. Definitely two Riverhawks offside, but they didn't play a factor in that. The goal will stand as Dixie takes the kickoff. They're attacking quickly. It's sent up to the near sideline. Able to keep it in play. Flygare coming in strong, and he kicks it out for a Dixie throw-in. Ridgeline on top, 1-0. 10 minutes left in this first half. Dixie throws it into the goal box. Pressure from three Riverhawks. And they'll play it back. Dixie fighting toward the middle, trying to get a shot off. It's blocked. Another opportunity played off the referee. Dixie still with possession. And a whistle there. He blocked the clear from Finley, so the referee will stop the play since his involvement did impact the play. Be a drop ball. And kicked deep downfield by Finley. Things starting to heat up here now that a goal's in play. And a foul. Gabriel Watson brought down by the Dixie defense. It's going to be a free kick for Ridgeline just past midfield. They'll take it quickly, but Diaz scoops that one up. Dixie playing it on the near sideline, near midfield. Watson able to keep it in as it was they almost tried to play it off of him out of bounds, but keeps it in field, sends it downfield, and Diaz scoops it up and punts. Past midfield, Dixie on the counter. Turner stops one attack, sends it out to the far sideline. Out for a Ridgeline throw-in as it hit a Flyer on the way out. Turner will take it. Long throw-in. One out of the air by the Flyers, and they'll try to build a counter again. At midfield is Ridgeline able to clear with their headers. But now Dixie building again. Playing it out to the far sideline. Meza has it. Has two Riverhawks on him. He'll play it back. Now up again on the far sideline. Sent into the box. Headed away by Olsen. That was a dangerous cross, but Olsen in there in time. And a foul called against Dixie as Watson got sent to the ground by Knox. As they were going for a ball in the air. The free kick sent up and won by the back line of Dixie, so sent back up to midfield. Here's Meza again. Dribbles to the far sideline but cuts back. And it's taken away, miscommunication. He thought he had a teammate there. The through ball up towards Johnson, but it's too far in front of him as Diaz comes out of his box to clear it out of play. It's a Riverhawk throw-in. Thrown up towards Johnson. Johnson on the far wing. Another chance here, but Dixie has numbers, and they'll take the ball away. The defender taking it all the way up towards midfield. Finally leaves it off to a midfielder. And a foul called against the Riverhawks. I believe that's the first foul against Ridgeline, maybe second now. Not too much time left in this first half. Ridgeline on top, 1-0. Flyers have it on the near side, but the through ball gets back to the defensive line of Ridgeline. They'll clear. Fighting for the ball now near midfield. Played over to Watson. Taken away by a Flyer, but he loses it out of bounds for a Ridgeline throw-in. Finds Watson, but it goes past him. And now Dixie with possession. Up to Meza at midfield. Over and back way up. In the middle, Finley has to deal with it. He'll clear it. And that one will not stay in play as it crosses the touchline near midfield for a Dixie throw-in. 1-0, Ridgeline on top here in the first half in Draper. Ridgeline wins the ball off the Dixie throw-in, but they lose it out of play. Last touch by a Flyer. Throw-in for Ridgeline as the ball actually rolled under the bleachers. Ogilvie had to climb under the bleachers to get the ball. And Ridgeline will take the time to do a substitution as they'll bring Garrett Jenkins back into the action. And Diego Vasquez. Foul called against Dixie on the throw-in. There is some arms tangled up. Free kick for Ridgeline about 40 yards from goal. Just under 5 minutes in this first half. The Riverhawks on top, and with another opportunity here, they send numbers into the box. Looks like Jenkins will take it. He sends it towards the far post, and it found the head of Workman. The Riverhawks with another goal. And Ridgeline putting it on early, up 2-0 in this first half. No hold play for a sub as McNairn comes in for Dixie. There's a couple Riverhawks unmarked there. There's some confusion with the Dixie defense, it looked like. Because, you know, Workman definitely has some skill, but not the hardest goal he's had all year. And a foul called there as the defender grabbed. But it looks like they'll call it on Vasquez. He did come in a little hot and might have forced that. Going to be a free kick for Dixie between their own third and midfield. Right near the near touchline. Basically on it, actually. Just over 3 minutes in the first half. Ridgeline up 2-0. The ball sent deep into the box. Olsen fighting for it. Dixie trying to get a shot on, and it's off target. Shot from Logar Marcino. Going to give Riley Garvert a goal kick, and he hasn't been too challenged here. Really don't even know if I can reward him a save just yet. But he's definitely played an effect with some punts, getting the ball into beneficial areas for his teammates. As that ball goes out of bounds for a Riverhawk throw-in at midfield. Thrown in to Hayter. Played up towards the left side. It's Flygear now. Looking for Vasquez maybe. Will actually switch the field over to Workman. Workman can't get there in time as it goes out for a goal kick. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Ridgeline on top, 2-0. Goals from Ryan Johnson and Grady Workman so far. The goal kick booted just short of midfield. And Flygear wins it on the second bounce. But sent back into the attacking third for Dixie, and it's cleared out. A promising attack there. They had just about even numbers, 2-on-2. But now it's out for a Riverhawk throw-in at midfield. Dixie wins it. Jenkins tries to get it back, and he'll force a Flyer to play it out of bounds for a Riverhawk throw-in. About a minute and a half left in the first half. I'll do a stop here, and a yellow card issued to a Flyer. That one could call either unsporting behavior, maybe a waste of time. He threw the ball up in the air when he thought he had the throw-in. So, and pretty high up for that fact. The yellow card issued to Tiancum Forbes. And it's a Riverhawk throw-in now. And when play will restart. We're waiting for the whistle now. There it is. Gets over one group of guys and played out by the Flyers off of Jenkins, so a Dixie throw-in on the far sideline. Thrown in quickly as just under a minute. Anything's going to have to happen quickly. But Ridgeline able to take it back, and it's sent into the attacking third. Jenkins in the area, so Dixie will have to play it out of bounds. Ridgeline throw-in. just over 30 seconds. Riverhawks will have to work quickly if they want a third goal. Thrown into Workman. He heads it. Diaz grabs it. Not quite on target. I don't know if I'll give a save for that one. Diaz boots it downfield. Flygare tries to trap it out of the air. Pressured by a couple Flyers. And Dixie comes away with the ball. 10 seconds left for this counterattack. And Olsen gets a nice clean slide tackle to take away the ball. And that will end this first half. Ridgeline on top, 2-0 here in Draper in this playoff semifinal game. They got one goal from Ryan Johnson and then a second one shortly thereafter from Grady Workman. We'll be right back after a short commercial break on 104.5 The Ranch.
More and more people are turning to CashValleyDaily.com for their source of information on what's going on in our community. They're finding relevant news online and on the Cache Valley Daily app. From what's happening in local political elections to breaking news that you don't have to wait a few days to read about, to photo galleries of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and on the free Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news, online, on time, all the time. CashValleyDaily.com.
Thank you for voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see AdamsWealthAdvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
T-shirts are more popular than ever. The one that has the perfect statement or a one-of-a-kind design. They really do make you look. Great Basin Graphics has the best screen printers and equipment creating custom, retail-quality shirts at great prices. Employees look great and clients will always wear high-quality T-shirts advertising your product or service. Great Basin Graphics design, screen print, and embroider everything and anything. Google Great Basin Graphics or visit their new location at 966 West 400 North.
Great Basin Graphics, we made you look.
The Logo Shop invites you to sign up for a foursome and support the Logan Schools Foundation Slough in the Rough Golf Tournament, scheduled for Friday, May 13th. It's a great morning of golf at the Logan River Golf Course while raising money for the students and teachers in the Logan City School District. Contact Shanna Longhurst at the district office to sign up or just email shanna.longhurst@loganschools.org. The Logan Schools Foundation Slough in the Rough Golf Tournament, Friday, May 13th.
Your Cache and Box Elder McDonald's are proud to be part of your community. Team members at your local McDonald's take pride in being part of your community. Supporting local high school sports, USU Aggies, and many wonderful arts and cultural events is how your local McDonald's says thank you. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Let McDonald's work for you with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, great pay, plus meals and other perks. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. That's careers.mcdonalds.com or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers, committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
The Old Gristmill is a little piece of heaven. Traditional favorites that make everyone feel like life is oh so good. That famous made-to-order lunch special with the bread you love, delicious meat, veggies to your liking, and a fresh baked cookie, chips, and drink. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls baked fresh daily. The Old Gristmill also serves delicious breakfast sandwiches in Smithfield and South Logan. The Old Gristmill, now open in South Logan, Smithfield, and Logan. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Time in Draper between Ridgeline and Dixie. The Riverhawks on top 2-0 in this semifinal in boys soccer in the 4A division. It was a pretty action-packed second half of the first half. The last 20 minutes or so, that's when the offenses really found their footing, and Ridgeline really took over with possession. They had quite a few shots on goal, and two found the back of the net. The first one came from Ryan Johnson, the second one from Grady Workman, and now it's just going to be a fact of controlling possession and maybe getting another insurance goal. But the Riverhawks looking poised to have a date with Crimson Cliffs in the final. The Mustangs won the semifinal earlier in the day against Desert Hills. That one ended 4-3 on kicks from the mark. And Desert Hills actually missed their last 2 shots there. No saves from either goalkeeper. So the final will be tomorrow at Rio Tinto Stadium at 11 a.m. And if this result holds, you can hear that game here on 104.5 The Ranch. It's about 6 minutes until action gets underway again here in Draper. A little shorter halftime due to these playoff games. There'll be back-to-back action as other classifications will start to play after this one. But we'll be right back after another break here on 104.5 The Ranch.
More and more people are turning to CashValleyDaily.com for their source of information on what's going on in our community. They're finding relevant news online and on the Cache Valley Daily app. From what's happening in local political elections to breaking news that you don't have to wait a few days to read about, to photo galleries of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and on the free Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news, online, on time, all the time. CashValleyDaily.com.
Thank you for voting Adams Wealth Advisors the gold winner for Best Financial Planner in the Best of Northern Utah competition. Understanding your family, jobs, and goals is how Adams Wealth Advisors will continue to earn your trust.
This is Craig Adams. At Adams Wealth Advisors, we are here to help you receive peace of mind whether you've done a lot of planning or a little planning. Count on our team at Adams Wealth Advisors for honesty, professionalism, and integrity.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today. Please see AdamsWealthAdvisors.com for more information on these recent awards.
T-shirts are more popular than ever. The one that has the perfect statement or a one-of-a-kind design. They really do make you look. Great Basin Graphics has the best screen printers and equipment creating custom, retail-quality shirts at great prices. Employees look great and clients will always wear high-quality T-shirts advertising your product or service. Great Basin Graphics design, screen print, and embroider everything and anything. Google Great Basin Graphics or visit their new location at 966 West 400 North.
Great Basin Graphics. We made you look.
The Logo Shop invites you to sign up for a foursome and support the Logan Schools Foundation Slough in the Rough Golf Tournament, scheduled for Friday, May 13th. It's a great morning of golf at the Logan River Golf Course while raising money for the students and teachers in the Logan City School District. Contact Shanna Longhurst at the district office to sign up or just email shanna.longhurst@loganschools.org. The Logan Schools Foundation Slough in the Rough Golf Tournament, Friday, May 13th.
Your Cache and Box Elder McDonald's are proud to be part of your community. Team members at your local McDonald's take pride in being part of your community. Supporting local high school sports, USU Aggies, and many wonderful arts and cultural events is how your local McDonald's says thank you. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Let McDonald's work for you with flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, great pay, plus meals and other perks. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. That's careers.mcdonalds.com or apply in person. McDonald's and its franchisees are equal opportunity employers, committed to a diverse and inclusive workforce.
The Old Gristmill is a little piece of heaven. Traditional favorites that make everyone feel like life is oh so good. That famous made-to-order lunch special with the bread you love, delicious meat, veggies to your liking, and a fresh baked cookie, chips, and drink. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls baked fresh daily. The Old Gristmill also serves delicious breakfast sandwiches in Smithfield and South Logan. The Old Gristmill, now open in South Logan, Smithfield, and Logan. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
Back here in Draper at Juan Diego High School. It's the neutral site for the semifinal in 4A boys soccer. And the Ridgeline Riverhawks in control right now as halftime's just about to end. About 2 minutes to go until the action here between the Riverhawks and the Flyers. I'm Jake Ellis joining you live on 104.5 FM, The Ranch, and online at CashValleyDaily.com. I'd like to thank Adams Wealth Advisors. Adams Wealth Advisors wants to understand your family, job, hobbies, and goals to earn your long-term financial trust. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com to schedule your time with an advisor today. So like I said, Ridgeline on top right now, 2-0, and that was the result of last year's quarterfinal between these two games. The Riverhawks able to best the Flyers 2-0, and that's not what the UHSAA RPI was predicting in either years, really, but especially this year. Dixie, the number 2 seed, and obviously RPI is supposed to predict what team has the better chance of going on here, but we've also known that RPI can lead to some interesting calculations. About a minute away from the action now, and it's been a pretty controlled game by Ridgeline. Both teams kind of felt each other out for the first 10 minutes or so. Nothing too exciting. We really didn't get a shot on goal until about midway through the first half. The first one came for Ridgeline. But then the Riverhawks really started to take control. They kept possession in their attacking third and finally able to break down Diaz and the goal of Dixie. And they got a goal from Ryan Johnson on a counterattack. And it was a pretty close one that Dixie fans would probably say he might have been offside. It was a close call, and after lots of discussion between the two officials, the goal stood. I think that was the right call. I think it was close, but I think Johnson was just behind. And then Workman was able to get one. Grady Workman was able to get one after a set piece. But we're just about ready for the second half kickoff, as Salome standing over the ball at midfield for Ridgeline, waiting for the official's sign. Do a uniform check again for the logo shop. Dixie in their home blues, Ridgeline in the all-white away jerseys. When it's time to make your team look good, call the logo shop on the field or in the workplace. Since 1990, they've been your source for customized logoed items for businesses, teams, and booster clubs. And there's the kickoff. Dixie now with the ball, starting off strong, going into their attacking third. The ball sent to the far sideline over the head of the Flyer in the area, and it will go out for a throw-in. Went over Contreras' head. But the Flyers have won it again after the Riverhawk throw-in. Here's Meza. Centers it up for his teammate, but there's a Riverhawk in the area, and he'll clear it up to Salome. Salome gets past one Flyer, but taken away by Knox. And cleared again by Ridgeline. They had a couple Riverhawks in the area, but all three were offside this time. And an offside awarded to Dixie. They'll have an indirect free kick just past midfield. Sent up to Roca on the near sideline. Gets past Workman, but his through ball taken away by Everton and cleared. Now up to Vasquez. He tries to send one up to Jenkins. Jenkins on pursuit. A Flyer has the ball. Jenkins takes it away. Diaz came up way in his box. He gets past Diaz, and Jenkins sends it past him. Ridgeline on top, 3-0. And that shows some resilience from Jenkins. He didn't give up on that play. And it was Carter just unable to do anything with the ball. And Diaz came out aggressively from his goal. Jenkins just had to take one long touch around him and send it into the empty net. And now Ridgeline looking really good in this one. On top 3-0. And pretty much all the momentum on the Riverhawks side now. Waiting for a substitution now from Dixie. Oscar Rodriguez checked in, and we're waiting for Contreras to exit the field. There's the kick now. It's played back to Meza. And now Dixie trying to build on the left side again. Here's Knox. Can't find his teammate as this pass will roll out of play for a throw-in for Ridgeline. Winner of this game, again, takes on Crimson Cliffs tomorrow for the state championship at Rio Tinto Stadium at 11 a.m. It's a long throw-in, one out of the air by Carter. but taken back by Ridgeline. They'll send the ball deep on the near sideline. And Dixie will play it back to Diaz, over to the far side, Campos. He'll switch the field over to Knox. That one out on the near touchline, trying to send a through ball up to Laga Marcino. And the throw in for Ridgeline is a nice one. Gets past midfield. Jenkins up once again, pressuring for it, and Diaz coming way out of his box to boot it past midfield. Not taking his chance there again. It's won by Ridgeline out of the air and sent up. It's Salome, now Jenkins. Jenkins gets past one and hits the turf. No call. A couple bodies got tangled up there. I'm not sure that a call was necessary. Knox with possession at midfield for the Flyers. Plays it up to Levitt. High pressure from Turner, and Levitt loses it out of play. Throwing quickly up towards Workman, but one out by Dixie. It's still in their third, though, as it's played up to Meza, and they'll break out. Here's Levitt. Levitt out to the left side to Roca. Roca near the corner flag, trying to send one in. He'll get the cross in over one Flyer and headed out of the box by Flygare. Workman able to clear it a little bit more, but there's Bautista to keep it in the zone for the Flyers. Now one again by Ridgeline. But a boot from Carter will send that ball way out of bounds for a goal kick for Ridgeline. 36 minutes to play in this one. Ridgeline really starting to run away with it. 3-0. So they got the second half goal from Jenkins. There's a through ball. No one in the area for Ridgeline. And Diaz has plenty of time to play it as he came out of his box. Sends it over to Logar Marcino, but it's over his head, and the Ridgeline defensive line had it. They send it up, and Jenkins won't play it because he was offside, and Workman unable to get there in time as Diaz sends it up again. Logar Marcino taken away by Flygare. He's pressured. He'll drop it back to Finley, who clears. Oh, almost a really nice through ball to Jenkins, but one out of the air by Dixie. A collision as they're going for the ball. And looks like Vasquez will get the yellow there. First yellow card against a Ridgeline student athlete. And it's going to be a free kick for the Flyers. .35 minutes to go here in Draper. And Dixie is really starting to put some pressure on. They're setting numbers up. Only one defender back now with Diaz for this set piece. Numbers towards the near sideline at the edge of the box. Rodriguez standing over the ball to take it for Dixie. There's the whistle. Sends it into the box. Flygare gets his head on it and sends it out for a corner. Great Basin Graphics. Come see Great Basin Graphics at 966 West, 400 North, number 15 in Logan. With quality screen printing and detailed embroidery, Great Basin Graphics is sure to make you look. Here's the corner now for Dixie. Sent in by Meza. Headed out of the box by Flygare. And will go out of play. Last touch by Meza, so a Ridgeline throw-in. They're trying to play it quickly up the far sideline, but last touched by a Riverhawk, a throw-in for Dixie. Have a stop and play for substitution as McNary will check into the game for Dixie. Here's Dixie. A long shot out from Meza, but Garvert able to stay in front of it. Bounced off him the first time, but he's able to recover as no one's in the area, and he'll scoop it up and now punt. Gets over Salome, up to Jenkins, back to Salome. Swinging on the left side to Watson. Watson pressured by Carter. Carter sends it out of play. A Ridgeline throw-in. And the attacking third on the far sideline, about 20 yards from goal. Flygare will come up to take the throw-in. 7 minutes into this in this second half, and it's Ridgeline on top 3-0. The throw-in. Back to Flygare. And he loses it out of play for a Dixie throw-in. That one's booted deep downfield. Pass midfield to Finley now. Plays it out of the air on a header to Hickman. Hickman pressured. He'll dribble back into his own zone. Looking for a release valve. Finds Finley. Finley's pass deflected and taken away. And now Logar Miso plays it up to Quintero. And he loses it out of play. Trying to get across, and he's upset with himself. Kind of lost his footing there too. It goes out for a Ridgeline goal kick. I was talking a little bit of flack on the RPI rating system, but it actually did a pretty decent job as the number one team to the final now is Crimson Cliffs, and these are the number 2 and number 3 teams, and looks like number 3 will advance in this one, but actually got a pretty good seeding result here as Ridgeline has a throw-in now, and they're attacking third. It's up to Watson. Played out by Campos, another throw-in for the Riverhawks. Flygare comes up to take it. Throw-in is dealt with by Bautista, another throw-in for Flygare. He'll take it quickly. Goes to Jenkins, and Riverhawks lose it as a nice play by Dixie is able to send it out of bounds off Jenkins for a goal kick. Diaz will take it. It's a low line drive one, and one by Flygare on the second bounce. He plays it up towards Watson, and last touch by Flyer for a Riverhawk throw-in. Thrown in to Watson. With one defender to beat, he hits the turf as they were jostling for possession, and it goes out for a goal kick. 3-0, Ridgeline on top in the second half. We're in the 50th minute of play. The earlier semifinal went all the way to kicks to the mark, so the full 80 minutes plus 20 minutes of extra time and then a shootout. This one looks like it'll end in regulation, but Dixie's trying to do what they can as they're fouled. Quintero pushed over. It looked like Flygare or Finley in the area. Either way, it's a free kick for Dixie, about 15 yards from goal, near the far sideline. Maybe call it 20 now. The referee walks out 10 yards for the wall for the Riverhawks, and Quintero standing over the ball waiting for the whistle. There it is. Quintero gets it past Garvert. I thought that was going to go wide. I think Garvert did too, but Dixie has a goal now. 3-1. Excellently placed ball by Quintero. And he just finds the bottom left corner of the goal. I think Garvert thought that one was going to go wide, but just able to pounce in. Didn't quite hit the post, but it was pretty near in the netting. Now it's 3-1. Ridgeline still on top. First goal from Dixie. Played out to Flygare off the kickoff, and he'll switch the field over to Workman. Workman with Knox to beat. Workman crosses it in. Diaz scoops it up. Had a couple Riverhawks in the area. A nice cross, but Diaz able to snuff it out. As he punts it up. And it's now up to Workman off the clear, but he'll lose it out of bounds. A Dixie throw-in. Dixie trying to work quickly. They don't have much time. And Roca will check back in for them. Just under 30 minutes. They're down by 2. 3-1. Throw-in still being played in the air off headers. And a foul called against Salome. It's a free kick for Dixie near midfield. Just in their defensive side of the field. Campos will take it. Campos boots it just shy of the box. Flagger is there to clear. Not out of the Ridgeline defensive third, though. Flagger has to come and scoop it up near the corner flag. Gets past one attacker, trying to find a avenue for a pass instead of just a clear. He finds Hickman now as they'll center in. A deep ball sent for Workman. He has some space, but Diaz came way out of his box to clear it. A good decision there as Workman was getting past Knox and probably would have been just him and Diaz. But that clear sent it up to the attacking third for Dixie. And Hickman able to clear it once. It's sent right back, though. Now Finley clears. And it's over to Meza for the Flyers. He'll play on the near sideline. Shoots. And Garvert there. He'll throw it out to Flygare. He's trying to find Hickman, but overextended a little too much on the pass. But it's won back by Flygare. Up to Watson. Watson looking for a through ball. Sends it on the left side. Here's Johnson, but he's offside. Second offside for Ridgeline. Then direct free kick played over to Carter, now to Knox. A nice footwork to get past one defender. They'll pass over to Meza. Now it's dropped back to Campos. Setting it on the far sideline. And untouched by any Riverhawks as it goes all the way out for a goal kick. Visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-thru. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus other perks. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. It's a substitution, double substitution for Dixie as Yapi and Levitt check into the game. Garvert's goal kick was to Salome. Salome was fouled by Meza. And a free kick for Ridgeline. Frequency of calls definitely stepped up here in the second half. Flygare takes it, boots it deep downfield. Will get into the box, and Diaz waiting there to catch it. Looked more like a fly ball than a free kick. Diaz punts out of his own box. One out of the air by Turner. But back to Dixie now. A misplay there. Hickman's able to steal it. And Ridgeline will clear out of play for a Dixie throw-in. Another sub as Rodriguez will check in for Dixie. But actually the coach will change his mind and pull him back on field. Now some discussion with the assistant referees like, what's going on here? Did you want him subbed or not? And they'll say no. So Rodriguez will take a seat on the bench again. Dixie throw-in on the far sideline. Near their attacking third, in between there in midfield. Goes out off of Salome for another Dixie throw-in. This one gets past a Flyer. Salome fighting for it. Won't be able to get there in time, but he will this time. But it's taken right back by Levitt, who fires one off frame. Played that one on the ground, maybe needed to get some air under it. The wind's still blowing strongly from south to north, so should be in the favor of Dixie now, but they haven't played too many balls in the air outside of punting from Diaz. 25 minutes left in this one. Ridgeline on top 3-1. Scarvert takes the goal kick. It's one out of the air by Dixie. But there's Salome. He'll play it up to Workman on the near sideline. And Carter takes it away, but Salome takes it right back as he'll send it upfield, and Diaz comes out of his box to deal with the ball. No Riverhawks pressing. He has his time. He sends the ball, but it's one out of the air by Turner and sent over to Watson. Watson gets past one defender. A beautiful ball over to Vasquez on the far sideline. He'll try to send the ball over to Workman, but it's too far in front as Diaz able to scoop it up. He'll punt a low line drive. And took a couple bounces, but now went off the Flyers for a Ridgeline throw-in. Flag air will take it. Sent out by Bautista, another throw-in coming. Another one that went under the bleachers a little bit, so take a time to reset, but now it's thrown into Watson. And it's cleared by Dixie. Up to Quintero. Finley with a nice clear, almost a bicycle, not quite the full rotation. But Dixie once again working now on the near sideline, and it's played out by the Riverhawks. A Dixie throw-in in the attacking third now. Pretty good chance for the Flyers, who trail by 2, 3-1. Just over 22 minutes to play in this one. Here's the throw-in. Gets into the box. And it's cleared out by Everton up to Johnson. Only has one man to beat, trying to get past Campos. Now another defender has dropped back. He got past Carter, but Carter recovered and took it away. But the counterattack's still very much on as Salome's in the area. And he, I believe, was fouled. We'll see what the official call is. The jersey got grabbed for sure. I'm not sure what the call is. There's a yellow card issued. It looked like to a Flyer, to McNary. So he'll have to come off the field. Yeah, Ridgeline will have a free kick. So that's going to bring in Roca for Dixie. And they'll also sub in Knox. A free kick about 35 yards out from goal, but very much in the middle of the field, so could get something on target here. It's Watson and Flygare standing over the ball, waiting for the referee to count out the wall. There's the whistle. And Flygare jumps over it. Watson plays a through ball to Flygare. And Diaz able to scoop it up before Flygare can get there. I like the creativity. And he'll punt it deep downfield. A counterattack on for Dixie as Quintero heads it forward, but it's cleared. Not out of danger, though. Olsen fighting for it with Yappy in the air. Yappy won, but headed out by Turner. Still in the attacking third for Dixie is Salome shoved to the ground by Carter. Dixie fans didn't like the call. It's going to be a free kick for Ridgeline. 22 minutes left in this one. Ridgeline on top, 3-1. That free kick too far in front of Workman, and Diaz has it. He'll punt. One out of the air by Olsen. Back to Finley, but Finley's pass intercepted by Yappy. Gets to Quintero. Finley able to clear. Not out of danger, though. Here's Yappy, pressured by 2 Riverhawks. Passes over to Meza, and a foul called. This time Salome, the offender, against Yappy. So it's going to be a Dixie free kick, 35 yards out from goal. It's closer to the far touchline. And there's the whistle. Quintero will try again. He scored a little closer than this. Sends a ball in. Headed by Finley. Not out of the box, though. The pass over to Bautista, and he can't get there to put the shot on frame as it will go out for a goal kick. And you heard all the Dixie fans. That was a really good chance for a one-timer. 20 minutes to go in this one. Diego Vasquez will check back in for Ridgeline. They're also going to bring in Trent Godfrey. First action he's seen today. And Ridgeline playing on the far sideline, taken away by Dixie. It's Bautista, still with the ball. And cleared by Finley. That's quickly cleared. Godfrey chesting it down, and I'll call a handball. Godfrey trying to chest it, but he got too much arm on it. Taken quickly by Campos, up to Knox, who misplays it. And a Ridgeline throw-in now. Time dwindling. Ridgeline still with a 2-goal lead, 3-1. As they throw it in. Carter wins the throw-in. Up to Quintero. Got past one, but couldn't get past the other Riverhawk defender, and now that shot from Yappy is way over the crossbar. Contreras will check back in for the Flyers. Have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations of Old Grist Mill? You're going to love it. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls, baked fresh daily. Located in South Logan, Logan, and Smithfield. The goal kick from Garvert. Just shy of midfield, but gets over and bounces up to Workman. There's a Flyer on the field, slow to get up as Dixie wins the ball, but they'll go on their counterattack. One away on a nice play from Ridgeline, and it's played up to Workman. He's trying to head it, and Carter able to shield him away from Diaz as Diaz will punt. One out of the air by Flygare. Finley able to save it from being a corner as they'll send it out for a throw-in. And they might give... they'll give a yellow to Bautista. Not too sure what that one was for. Another yellow to Dixie. So Dixie will sub in Kimball Carter to check in for Bautista that now has the yellow card. So Dixie throwing is what we're waiting for after this discipline gets set aside. 17.5 minutes left in the second half. Ridgeline on top, 3-1. Throwing on the far sideline, about 10 yards from the goal line. Thrown into Quintero. He'll pass back to Carter. Up to Meza. Dribbles past one. His pass deflected, but finds Levitt. And Finley there to clear. It's a soft clear, though. Not out of danger, but it is possessed by the Riverhawks as they're getting a counterattack now. Past midfield. Up to Workman. Workman with just the keeper to beat. Workman over just wide. I think there might have been a tip on it, but official says no. Goal kick. They take it quickly. And it will go out of play for a Riverhawk throw-in. But Grady Workman just about put this game out of reach, but just wide as the ball went to the far post, wide left. Just had to chip it over Diaz, but had a little too much spin on it. Another throw in for Ridgeline on the far touchline. Up towards Watson. Now Salome. And played out again by Dixie. Another throw in. Flygare. Looking for a teammate. Finds going towards Workman, but it's one out of the air by Carter. And Dixie trying to get out of their own zone. They will. Levitt will play it up towards Quintero over his head. And it's back to Everton. And it looks like a handball called just outside of the box. Everton trying to chest it and unable to keep it clean. And a really promising chance now for Dixie as a free kick about 22 yards from goal, just on top of the box, the arc of the box. Quintero standing over it, along with Roca. It's a 5-man wall for Ridgeline. We'll see who takes it. Quintero will. Fires it. Saved by Garvert. Definitely some power on it. He's unable to scoop it clean, but gets it off the deflection and will punt. Now is Ridgeline trying to set up a counterattack. Here's Vasquez on the near sideline. A nice touch over Carter. Carter recovers, though, shields the ball away, and loses it out of bounds. Ridgeline throwing. Should have a couple subs coming in now. Jenkins checks back in for Ridgeline, and Bautista for Dixie. $14 minutes to play in this one. Ridgeline's on top, 3-1. And really thanks to Garvert right now, as he's had a couple good saves here in the second half. He wasn't challenged too much in the first half, but now in the second half has 2 quality saves in my opinion. Here's the throw in from Ridgeline on the near touch line. Into the box and headed away by Campos. Cleared by Carter. Up to Roca. Roca fighting with Turner for the ball. Gets past Turner, but now Workman trying to take it away. But a nice pass from Roca. Gets up to his teammate. Now a give and go back to Roca. Up to Meza. Meza through ball to Quintero. Ridgeline has numbers, though, and they force Quintero out to the side. And he loses it out of play. Ridgeline throwing. And the Riverhawks will sub. Hickman will check back in. 13 minutes to go in this one. Ridgeline on top, 3-1. As the ball goes out for a goal kick for Ridgeline. And Garvert will take it. Sends it to the far touchline near midfield. One out of the air by Bautista, who played it up towards Quintero, but Finley clears. And it's right in the sweet zone where Workman might be able to get there in the through ball. He does get there, has Campos to deal with. He gets past him, shoots, and it's over the crossbar. Out of play, hit the frame for the field goal post, actually. But that out of play, of course. So it goes for a goal kick. Workman with a couple close ones. Already has 1 goal in this one. Had 2 pretty close, powerful shots here in the second half. And Knox loses that one out of play. Wasn't really pressured, just kind of lost it there. And Vasquez will throw it in. And the attacking third for Ridgeline. It's a costly mistake. But the throw-in won by Levitt. Hodder had come up to play it, but he'll send it out for a goal kick. I don't know if it was quite an attempt at goal. If it was, it was pretty wide. Maybe more of a through ball that went a little too far. The goal kick, one out of the air by Dixie. Here's Knox playing on the near sideline. Gets it up to Meza, back to Knox. Knox again to Meza. Salome pressuring, drops it to Carter. Switching the field now, over to Campos. On the far sideline, tries to find Quintero, but there was Finley waiting for it. He'll play it up to Hodder, now to Jenkins. Jenkins on the far touchline, gets past two, and fouled. Plenty of tugs at his jersey, and then finally one Flyer went to the ground and tripped him. It's a free kick just past midfield at the far touchline. Taken quickly by Flygare to Vasquez on frame, but saved by Diaz. Just over 10 to play now. Ridgeline on top, 3-1, and a handball called against Turner as he tried to play that ball. So a free kick for Dixie. Sent into the box. Finley heads it out. Still in the attacking third, but there's Hayter to take it out. Gets past one Flyer. Looking for Workman, but there's a defender in his way, and he'll cut out the pass. Now a counterattack for Dixie. Up to Quintero. Got past Everton, but there was Finley with a big boot to clear. Workman pressuring the back line of Dixie, and Knox able to come away with the ball cleanly. Plays it up to Meza. Back to Knox. Knox up to Logar Misino. Drop it back to Levitt. Now the far touchline to Contreras, back to Bautista. As every Flyer getting in the mix here as the defensive line come up at midfield and even past it now. Knox to Levitt. Levitt pressured by Salome. Salome steals it, and Levitt grabs him and throws him down. Kind of holding him back and tried to get one past the referee there, but won't as he gets the yellow card. So Levitt will have to check out. Going to be a free kick for Ridgeline, and they'll bring in McNary, who also has a yellow card. About 9 minutes left in this one. Waiting for a free kick. There's the whistle. Flygare will take it. Finds Vasquez, who chips it over Diaz, but he was offside. The shot was wide either way as well. Maybe not offside, actually, but it went out for a goal kick. Vasquez wins it from Knox, gets past two defenders with some nice footwork over to Workman. Workman needs to get the shot off. The touch is too big, and Diaz grabs it. No punt downfield. Finds Contreras on the far sideline. And there's Hayter. And a foul called against Contreras there as he was fighting with Flygare. After the ball left the area, they just got tangled up a bit, and looks like Contreras started the contact, so that'd be why the whistle's against him, I believe. The free kick was played shortly and sent into the box. Garvert was there to pick it up. He'll punt it now. One out of the air by Bautista, but it was headed right towards a Riverhawk, who sends it up to Jenkins. Out of play, last touch by Jenkins. Throw in Dixie. They'll have a double substitution as Yapi and Kimball Carter will check in. Adams Wealth Advisors wants to understand your family, job, hobbies, and goals to earn your long-term financial trust. Visit adamswealthadvisors.com to schedule time with an advisor today. Here's the throw-in from Dixie on the far sideline just past midfield. Here's Ryan Johnson trying to fight for it, but Dixie comes away with possession. It's up to Meza. He'll swing it over to Carter. No one in the area, and Turner clears it, but it's a little soft. The ball spins back up towards Meza. Meza sends a ball on frame, punched over by Garvert. A nice save. Ball had some wicked spin on it. It was probably going to dip back into the goal. A nice punch away by Garvert for a corner kick. Corner from Meza. Sent to the back post. One out of the air by Ridgeline and cleared out of the box, but not out of the defensive third. Carter out of the air. And Salome will win it for Ridgeline, but is clear, taken by Bautista. Bautista with some time. Dribbling will send it over to Carter now. On the near touchline, sent out by Vasquez. Dixie throwing. 6 minutes to go in this one. Logar Messino sends it. One out of the air by Hayter. Here's Bautista taken away by Hickman. Hickman up to Johnson. It's too far in front of him, and Diaz will boot it. But it went right to Salome. Salome fighting with a couple Flyers to get the ball into the attacking third, and he's fouled by Campos. Flygare takes the free kick, sends it into the box. No one there in time, and Diaz able to catch it. He'll punt. Downfield. Over Hayter, but Flygare's there. Plays it up to Johnson, who's pressured by Yappy. Him and Yappy fighting for the ball, and Johnson called for maybe not a foul, I think. Yeah, it was a foul. Might have been a throw-in. That was close. I probably would have just left that to the throw-in, but they'll call the foul. That ball sent in just shy of the box, but Finley's there to head it. Salome goes for it, and he's fouled by Carter as they were going up for the ball. Just under 5 minutes to play. Ridgeline on top, 3-1. And come see Great Basin Graphics at 966 West, 400 North, number 15 in Logan. With quality screen printing and detailed embroidery, Great Basin Graphics is sure to make you look. It's that free kick sent to the deep to the far sideline, and Diaz able to grab it in his box out of the air. He'll punt downfield. One out of the air by Hayter, but he didn't control it, so Yappy has it. Too much power on it to control it, really, and it's cleared out of bounds by Salome for a Dixie throw-in. Here's Bautista. Quickly in to Roca. Roca pressured by Finley. Finley sent it out of play. A quick throw-in from Roca to Quintero. There's the shot from Dixie. It's wide. Go out for a goal kick. Old Grist Mill, have you tried the fantastic breakfast sandwiches served at the South Logan and Smithfield locations? You're going to love it. Muffins, scones, bagels, cheese bread, sweet rolls, baked fresh daily. Located in South Logan, Logan, and Smithfield. Now here's Garvert for the goal kick. One out of the air by Meza. Meza up to Logar Messino. Drops back. Switching the play over to Bautista. We'll send the ball into the box, but Finley heads it out. Meza. Pass out to Carter. On the near sideline, can he keep it in play? He does, but will lose it out off the deflection. Now a corner kick. Corner kick for Dixie. Over the extended arms of Garvert, but over everyone as well. Garvert tried to punch it, but it'll just go out for a throw-in, I believe. No, actually a goal kick. Bended back behind the flag. And Garvert plays that up. And out of play. Looking for a teammate near midfield. Dixie with a throw-in. One out of the air by Hayter. And played up towards midfield, where Dixie will play it out of bounds. Now a throw-in at midfield on the far sideline with just over 2 minutes to play. Ridgeline on top 3-1. Flygare throws it in. And waiting for the signal still. But we will have a sub for Dixie. I'll bring in Levitt again. And it'll be a throw-in for Dixie on the far sideline. Under 2 minutes now. Ridgeline up 3-1. Thrown into Yappy. Won by the Riverhawks, though. And here's Salome. He's not content with the lead. Johnson up to Johnson. Johnson gets it past Diaz. And there's the insurance goal Ridgeline has been looking for this second half. 4-1. Ryan Johnson gets his second. He does a flip to celebrate with Hickman. Well executed. And Ridgeline just about set and done to face Crimson Cliffs tomorrow for the state championship. Still a minute and a half on the clock, standing in the way, but Ridgeline has to feel really good with this performance. Visit your local McDonald's for pickup and drive-thru. Your local McDonald's is hiring. Flexible hours, tuition reimbursement, plus other perks. Apply at careers.mcdonalds.com today. And the Logo Shop. When it's time to make your team look good, call the Logo Shop. On the field or in the workplace. Since 1990, they've been your source for customized logoed items for businesses, teams, and booster clubs. Dixie has a kickoff that we're waiting for. But first we'll have a substitution in goalkeepers for Ridgeline. Garvert will come off to the applause of fans.
Substitution for Ridgeline at keeper, 00, Diego High.
There's the kickoff now. And cleared up to Johnson. And Campos will play it back to Diaz, who will roll it over to Carter. Carter to Campos. 1 minute now. Campos plays it up to midfield to Levitt. Over on the left side line, Logar Miso. Dribbles to midfield. Taken away by the Riverhawks. Hickman up to Johnson. Johnson is onside. He has a chance here. It's just keeper to beat, but Bautista trying to come back in recovery. And Johnson loses his footing. Bautista able to clear out of bounds. There's a foul against Dixie. A Ridgeline free kick with 20 seconds to go here. See if they can add a fifth to their goal total. Flygare will take it. It's on frame. Diaz able to catch it, though, as it was pretty much right at him. Then time will expire here. Ridgeline has a date with Crimson Cliffs for the state championship. A dominant performance here against Dixie. They win it 4-1 here at Juan Diego Catholic High School in the semifinal of the 4A bracket. We'll be right back with some recap of the game in just a minute here on 104.5 The Ranch.
In the 4A state championship game, congratulations to Dixie on participating in the state semifinals.
Well, we'll just keep it here. Let's go ahead and recap what happened 4 goals scored on the day for the Riverhawks, 2 in either half, and they had scored 3 unanswered until Dixie finally got one in net. But then an insurance goal came in the last 5 minutes of play, and Ridgeline on top 4-1 here in Draper. They'll play for the state championship tomorrow at Rio Tinto Stadium at 11 a.m. You can hear that call right here on 104.5 The Ranch, and it'll be a great one. Mustangs making their first appearance in the state championship game. Ridgeline trying to defend their last year's title. So, thanks for listening here. I'm Jake Ellis, and for Dallin and the rest of our crew at 104.5 The Ranch, thanks for listening.
This Ridgeline broadcast has been a presentation of 104.5 The Ranch and the Cache Valley Media Group.